And also tonight, an update to a story we brought you last month about two transgender girls competing in high school track in Connecticut. On February 16th, Terry Miller and Andraya Yearwood took first and second place in the State Open Indoor Women's Track Championships, even though they are biological males. They today identify, they say, as girls. Now, one of the girls participating in that race, Selina Soule, finished in 8th place, missing out on a chance to compete in front of college coaches by just 2 spots. She said this is about competing versus Miller and Yearwood. And she said, we all know the outcome of the race before it even starts. It's demoralizing. Well, here now herself, Selina Soule. Selina, well, you go to Glastonbury High School, where I went to high school and was a decent athlete myself in the day. But you say you're happy for the competitors who beat you out, but that shouldn't be done in sports because of just the basic unfairness of all of this. Tell us about it.
So I am very happy for these athletes, and I fully support them for being true to themselves and having the courage to do what they believe in. But in athletics, it's an entirely different situation. It's scientifically proven that males are built to be physically stronger than females. It's unfair to put someone who is biologically a male who has not undergone anything in terms of hormone therapy against cisgender girls who...
Well, I think I'm going to jump in here because I think you're being, Selina, you're being very politically correct, and that's fine. You're being very nice, which is great. You're a high school student, you should be. But you're an athlete, and I was, I played field hockey, softball, and basketball in Glastonbury High School, and I know how hard it is to compete at that level because they're a really strong conference. What happens, forget about people identifying, what happens to every sport? Like, what happens to field hockey when the soccer players start to play? What happens with girls basketball? What happens with, with girls volleyball? What happens with tennis? Martina Navratilova said basically it's going to completely change competition in an unfair way to girls. And I don't think you can get anyone who's more pro equality for people of different, identifying as different things than she is. She's now being trashed for just saying that. So what are other members of your team saying about this?
My teammates and my fellow competitors, we are happy for these athletes, of course, but we do think it's unfair. And for us, it is upsetting when we work hard all season and put in a lot of effort only to turn up at the state meets and get beat by someone who is biologically a male and lose state championships over this.
What was the difference in the time between the top 2 transgender athletes and the biological girl athletes number 3, 3rd place? What was the difference in time?
So first place, I believe, was 6:95. Second place was 7:01, and third place, which is the first biological female, was, I believe, at 7:23.
Okay, so it's a decent difference. Well, look, here's some of the issues.
Yes.
Male and female biological traits differing. So people kind of, in case you don't know, here it is. Females are on average 9% shorter than males. Male bones are bigger in both size and density. Females have shorter arms and legs relative to body size. Females are around 30 to 35% muscle by weight, while males are 40 to 50% muscle. Females' ligaments are thinner and softer than males. The internal organs of men tend to be bigger, broader, more capable of taking in oxygen, shoulder size. These are just, no matter you're taking hormones, not taking hormones, the structure of the anatomy is different, period. And you're not going to see a lot of girls winning first, second, and third if this continues. However people want to identify, that's fine if they want to do that. But what about next year's female athletes on the track team, Selina? When they want to go for college scholarships, what happens to them?
So the juniors right now who are applying for colleges, it can provide a major issue because in Connecticut, you don't have to write on the meet results that one athlete is transgender. They're just all in the boys category or all in the girls category. So if a college coach looks at the results in the state meets, they will see the wide margin between first and or second place, and the rest of the places, they'll see that there's a wide margin of time, and they'll say, hey, why aren't the rest of these girls running as fast as these two?
Yeah. Well, they actually commented, Selina, on television briefly. They were asked about, wouldn't they think this was unfair if the table was reversed? Let's watch.
I'm not going to discourage you or try to say, oh, it's not fair. And it would just push me to run faster.
I'd be happy for them because they get to do what they want. They're happy, so then that should in turn make me happy.
Any final thoughts, real quick?
It's very frustrating because I know I have put in, some of my friends and fellow competitors have put in so much time and effort to take down our times and to compete ourselves better, but we are not physically able to be competitive against someone who is biologically a male.
No, you're not. And get your parents involved, okay? So y'all in Glastonbury, it's kind of a liberal town now, I guess, but you have great athletes, great athletics, great school. Get involved. It's about fairness, not demonization, but fairness, basic fairness. Selina, thank you for having the courage to come on tonight, and we hope other teammates also have the courage to speak out. It's really important. And we're just